Chicago. Take a day of February. In fact, in Portland, Oregon. Stay with friends and family. Check it out. Work on a farm for a while. And then
So she hasn't job searched yet?
she sort of has. It wasn't successful yet.
Hi everybody. Thank you all for coming out. We appreciate it. You are at the book club Toolkit, which is tools and tips for starting and improving your book club. See you all. It's a little breezy, so watch out your papers might go flying. First of all, I'd love to know, out of the audience, who is in a book club right now? Yeah. And who came with questions? Anybody have questions already? Right, excellent, excellent. We're going to introduce the panel, we're going to go over some basic things, and then we're going to open it up to questions later on, so if you think of things as it goes along, wonderful. We've also got a ton of giveaways. At your seat, there is Reading Group Choices Guide for 2010. Barbara Mead, who's over here, she's our rep from Reading Group Choices. She brought that for everyone, as well as several of the other handouts. There is a form you can fill out if you are interested. Those 2 giant bags of books on the table are the 2 prizes she's giving away. So if you fill that out, and we have a little bag or basket over there to drop it into, you get a chance for those. We also have author Kelly Simmons, who is going to be back shortly. She just took a walk. She brought 5 copies of her book, as well as a DVD that's designed for book clubs to facilitate your discussion. That will go to 1 person. You've got tickets for that when you came in. I'll make sure everyone has a ticket. And 5 books that were donated by the Baltimore Sun, brand new ones that they chose for us that might be great for a book club discussion. We've got lots of things to give away. You'll have a great chance for that. And if you ask questions, you get an extra ticket. First of all, I'm Heather Johnson, and you probably got my card on your chair there. Book Club Madam, Ambassador of Books, and blogger. That's what I do. I work full-time or part-time now, but my passion is book clubs. I love it. I started my club back in 2005. We have grown since then. We officially have 20 members, 15 that regularly attend, and we have a great group. We really have a lot of fun with it. I love the discussions we have. That's kind of why I'm here, hoping I can help you guys to come up with some better questions and tips that you can take back to your book club to improve your experience of that. And then we'll go down the line, everybody can introduce themselves and tell you about their book.
My name is Trish Collins, and my book club has been in operation for about a year, and it's taken me a long time to get a book club going. About 10 years ago, I was working as a server, and these 4 ladies came in, and they were discussing a book, and I was waiting on their table, and we had a lot of the same taste in books, and they seemed like so much fun, and I was like, if you guys ever had an opening, will you call me? I'd love to join your book club. They didn't call. And so then I tried starting a book club with some friends of mine, and I found out that just because you have friends who read doesn't necessarily mean that it makes a good book club. And I tried that twice. And then I was at work, and some people said they wanted to start a book club, but when we met, we found out that we have vastly different taste in books. So that didn't work. And finally, just me and one other person decided to start a book club on our own, and just from talking to various people, it's grown to what it is now. And so I finally have a book club.
I'm Cheryl Hazel, and I'm a member of Femme Nouveau, which is a book club for African American women. And it's actually my 2nd book club. I was in one for quite a long time in Columbia, Maryland, and I moved to the city, so I decided it was a little silly to keep driving all the way over there. And we have been together for about a year and a half. And I guess that's, oh yes, and I brought my sister along with me too. And we discovered this particular book club by my having a little time on my hands one day, and I went to Oprah's website, and this was the one listing that I saw in the Baltimore area.
Hi, I'm so glad you came here. I'm Natalie Weikert, and I don't know which is more fun, reading the book or discussing the book, but I just know all of you belong here if you're at a book discussion group. So thank you for coming. I have been I'm a library trainer and consultant, and for about 20 years I've been training library book discussion leaders. Who knew they had to be trained, right? So lucky me, I'm one of the few ones who's doing it. But it's a fun, interactive training, and we've launched who knows how many popular, lively book discussion groups. I'm mighty lucky. I was a panelist at the Random House 2004 Reading Between the Lines program, and the best thing about that was Andre Dubusse III was the other panelist. Very fun. That's House of Sand and Fog. At at Howard County Library, I was the head of adult cultural and educational programming, and I was also the coordinator of the Maryland Center for the Book. I've had a charmed career. I also serve now on an advisory committee to the Maryland Humanities Council, and of course, for the first time in my life, I'm in a private book club, like you all are in, I'm assuming, unless you're in library book clubs. And it's a whole new experience. Some of it good, and some of it not quite so good as library book discussion groups, as you all know. Thanks.
My name's Nancy Burla. I'm from Columbia, and my book club has been in existence probably 27 years, my regular book club. But in addition, I get a lot of enjoyment from two other book clubs that I have organized and coordinate at retirement centers. And that's a little bit different because I have to provide the books and the large print and the CDs for people living in retirement centers in Howard County. And my fourth book club is a Spanish book club, which I've been in for about a year, where we read literature in Spanish and discuss in Spanish, which is another experience.
We were also supposed to have one additional panel member, so if you see the biographies there, Laditra was supposed to be here, and her son ended up in a football accident to the hospital with him this morning, so we're missing one of our excellent panelists, unfortunately. But we have a great crew up here, and I'm really excited to hear what everybody has to say. If you guys have questions as we go along, feel free to raise your hand. We'll try to get them in. We'll also do some more at the end. First thing I want to talk about is setting goals. Every book club needs a goal or a purpose. It doesn't need to be something really formal, but you have to have an idea of why you are in this club and what you want to get out of it. So I'm going to ask the panelists to just go down the line and tell me what is the goal or purpose of your club, and if that's something formal that everyone agreed to, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my book club started that discussion late. We actually just had that discussion a month or two ago. And it was a really good discussion to have because we've added some new members who weren't necessarily some of the first people to start the book club. And some people want to read different things than the rest of the book club might. So it was really good to talk about what our goals were, which was to discuss literature, what kind of books we wanted to talk about, and so we talked about, how often we want to meet and how many months out of the year we want to meet, and it has helped to really focus our book club more.
Our book club, as I said before, was about 4 African American women who enjoyed reading and wanted a chance to get together and discuss the books. And I think also one of the things about our book club is that some of the people work together and others of us met them later at a kind of meet and greet. So we didn't, when I came into it, there was a wonderful agenda, books that had been read already. We got to see those, and I'm not sure there's a formal method that we have of choosing the books. Right now, our leader is